Fatiha. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم والصلاة والسلام على رسولنا محمد سيد الأولين والآخرين مدد يا رسول مدد يا سادة أصحاب مدد يا مشايخ دستور مولانا ش.Muhammad Adil Rabbani مدد طريقتنا الصحبة والخير في الجمعية. Allah Azze ve Celle bizi yarattı.
Allah Almighty created us.
Yani hiçbir yere gidilecek değil. Allah Azze ve Celle'den geldik.
And we come from Allah Almighty, and the only place where we will return will be again to our Lord Allah Almighty.
Ona döneceğiz. Bu herkes için olacak şeydir.
Our final destination of us all is Allah Almighty, and it is Him, Allah Almighty, to whom we will be returning, all of us.
Allah'a şükür Peygamber Efendimiz sallallahu aleyhi ve sellem peygamberler hepsi bu hayattan sonra ne olacağını söylemiş.
We are thankful to Allah Almighty that He sent His prophets and messengers, and we are thankful especially for the last of all prophets, peace and blessings be upon him, and Allah Almighty sent them all to inform us about what is going to happen in this life and especially after this life and hereafter.
İman sahibi Müslüman olan insan ona göre hazırlıklı olur.
And based on the information provided by the prophets and messengers, those who believe and have faith prepare themselves accordingly for the hereafter.
Ona göre amel yapar ki
those who have faith then accordingly perform good deeds in order to prepare themselves for the life hereafter.
Ahirette rahat olsun.
And then they will find peace and comfort in the hereafter.
Aslında dünyada çalışır ki biraz yaşlılığında rahat olsun diye.
This is similar to a person who works hard in this life in order that when he gets older that he can retire and have a comfortable life with the growing age.
Bu da aynı şekilde ahirette rahat olmak isteyen Allah Azze ve Celle'nin emrettiği şeyleri yapacak.
Likewise, those who desire to find peace in the hereafter and those who desire to find comfort in the hereafter must prepare themselves in this life and perform deeds accordingly and fulfill Allah Almighty's commands and obey Allah Almighty's orders.
Onun emirlerinde olacak, yasaklarını da uzak duracak, yasaklarından.
To find comfort in the hereafter means to obey Allah Almighty's orders and to stay away and shun what Allah Almighty has forbidden.
Uzak duracak. Şimdi ne oluyor? Göz kapattıktan sonra insan son nefes verdikten sonra
what happens after one closes his eyes for the last time and as one breathes out his last breath?
Ahirette işte onun Müslüman için Şeyh Baba'da söylüyordum, bu bir kapıyı açıp öteki tarafa geçmek gibi.
With our last breath we will be transitioning, after our last breath we will be transitioning to the life hereafter. And Mawlana Shaykh Nazim used to describe that the transitioning of a Muslim will be as if he goes through a door, and it will be as simply as going through a door.
Rahat olur, kolay olur Müslüman için.
For a Muslim to transition to the hereafter will be as easy as opening a door and going through a door.
Müslüman olmayan için çok zordur.
However, for those who are not Muslims, it will be very difficult.
Allah muhafaza etsin.
May Allah Almighty protect us.
Allah'a karşı gelen için çok zordur.
It will be very difficult for those who oppose Allah Almighty.
Müslüman için buradan gider, ailesinden ayrılır.
However, for those who have faith, for those who are Muslims, it will be easy, and it will be as easy as if they go from one place to another by simply opening the door and going through it to the hereafter. So they will be departing in this life from their family.
Karşı taraftan öteki müminler kendini karşılar.
And as after they departed from their family in this world, they will be welcomed by the believers in the hereafter.
Her vakit sorarlar kim geldi, kim geldi.
The believers in the hereafter constantly ask, who is coming now, who has arrived?
Şu geldi, bu geldi. Onu karşılayıp
and they take joy for every new arrival, and they take joy for every new Muslim coming to the hereafter, and they welcome every single one of them.
Sevinirler.
And they are happy to welcome every new one who comes to them.
Buradan giderken üzüntü oluyor. Karşı tarafta sevinç oluyor. Nasıl?
Of course, there's sadness when a person leaves this world, but there's joy for those who are in the hereafter to welcome that somebody new has just arrived.
Yolcu bir yerden yolculuğu edersin. Üzülürler. İnsanlar gidiyor arkadaşımıza. Karşı taraftan da geliyor diye sevinç olur.
And this is also what we know in this world, that think of a traveler. When a traveler leaves a place, the people there are sad because that person, that friend of theirs leaves them. But the other side, the place where that person then goes to, is very happy because they are awaiting that person's arrival.
O mümin için o da sevinir. Hepsini gidenlere kavuşur, anasına, babasına, sevdiklerine, şeyhine, akrabasına.
So therefore, when one leaves this world, there's of course sadness on the one side, but on the other side, there's happiness and joy because one will then be reunited again with whom he loves, with his father, mother's family, relatives, his Shaykh.
Kavuştum diye onlara bayram gibi olur.
And for the one who thus departs and journeys to the hereafter, that journey to the hereafter will be joyful because it will be for them a reunion with their beloved ones.
Sevinirler. Bu taraftan üzüntü tabii, o da normaldir.
Of course, there will still be sadness for those who are left behind in this world for the time being, which is normal.
Dünyaya gelirken de aynı şekilde hem ferah olur hem üzüntü olur.
And this is how life is. There's joy when there's a newborn in this life, of course. When one departs from this world, there's sadness.
Giderken de aynı şekildedir. Onun için mümin için bir problem yoktur.
However, for a believer, there's no issue in all of this at all, because when one departs from this world and goes on to the next, to the hereafter, there's joy and happiness.
Problem kafir için, müşrik için.
The issue, the problems are for the disbelievers,
dinsiz için,
for those who do not have faith, for those who associated other gods with Allah Almighty, or those who did not believe in Allah Almighty.
Zalim için büyük problemdir.
It's a great issue for all those disbelievers who opposed Allah Almighty.
O ahirete gitmek.
And for them to go to the hereafter is going to be a big problem.
Ama dün öteki mümin için hiçbir şey yok.
But for a believer, for those who have faith, for a mu'min, there is no issue at all.
Üzüntü yok.
There is no sadness for them.
Bilakis ferah var.
Instead, for a believer, it will be a day of joy because they will be experiencing their reunion with their loved ones.
Mevlana'nın Hazreti dediği gibi bu düğün gecem dedi.
And as Mawlana Jalaluddin Rumi said, the day when I will leave this world shall be celebrated as my wedding day.
Ahirete irtihal gecesi.
The night I leave this world shall be celebrated as my wedding night, Mawlana Jalaluddin Rumi said.
O Mümin olan da aynı şekilde.
And this holds true for every believer.
Büyükler, evliyalar, alimler bize yolu gösterirler ki
The awliya, the great true scholars, they show us the way.
insan hazırlıklı olsun.
And they show us the way in order so that we prepare ourselves for the hereafter.
Üzülmesin diye.
And that we are not sad when we leave this world.
Allah hepimize hakiki iman versin.
May Allah Almighty grant us all true faith.
Allah muhafaza etsin nefs şerrinden.
And may Allah Almighty protect us from the evil of our egos.
İnşallah. Ve minallah tevfik. El-Fatih.